Debate time. Okay, let's get the rails back on the train here, or the train back on the rails, whatever you want to call it, as Dom rolls his eyes, whatever. Fuck you too. But let's talk about debates here, because there's so much we can just go into here. Dom had the idea this morning, so we're going to start out with this. There are 5-1 teams in the NFL now. No more undefeated. The 72 Dolphins are popping whatever champagne they want to pop now, as Adam Schefter tweets about it every single year. But I want everyone here to rank in order from best to worst the 5-1 teams. I think you have it up on here, Dom.
Yeah. I'm gonna share this because this might sway some opinions a little bit. Help us out. Here are their stat lines all the way across as teams where they are right now. I put in some boxes, some green boxes and red boxes of stuff that is substantial in the good or the bad. So that should help us. Yeah. We have obviously the Lions, the Chiefs, the Dolphins, the Eagles, and the Niners, all 5-1 teams. Some substantial things to look at here. The Miami Dolphins being just way up in points for, also way up in points against. The Chiefs and the Niners their defense is cooking a little bit there. I put in net points because that's kind of both combined, obviously. The Niners are up there. And the Chiefs are the only team right now with 5 wins in a row since that week 1 shock by the Lions. So just kind of wanted to point those things out on here. There's some more that you can look at, obviously. But, yeah, we can go ahead and rank these teams each what we would have 1 to 5.
Isn't this just our power rankings from last week?
Sort of, but now it's kind of updated now that we have,
I don't think mine changes.
Also, what I want to point out, too, like the average opponent, like win percentage for who the Dolphins have faced is like 0.16. Like they're playing
They had the Broncos and the Bears, and
they played the Giants.
That's true. You're not wrong.
Yeah, they just played.
I don't think my list changed.
What's your list then?
Whatever the 5 from the power rankings. It was San Francisco, Detroit, Philly, Miami, KC.
Yeah, there's a tweak in mine. There's a slight tweak in mine. I'm going to slide up the Lions, and I'm sliding up the Dolphins, and I'm putting the Birds down a spot. So for me, I think it's still San Francisco, depending on health. It sounds like from reports out of the San Fran camp is that all these injuries are minor, and all these players have an opportunity to play Monday night against Minnesota, which they will gladly trounce and beat the living crap out of because Minnesota's a garbage can. But so for me, San Fran, Miami, Birds, Lions, Chiefs is my top 5.
I would probably have to go – man, this is tough. I might have to go Lions first, man, because they've just been – the offense has really looked great, and they haven't looked like they've had too much trouble offensively. The defense has exceeded our expectations. I might have to go Lions first, Niners second. Ah, man. And then maybe it's tough after that. Maybe Miami, Philly, Kansas City 5th.
Miami's defense is going to get better. Figure they just got Jalen Phillips back, who's been out for the past, I think.
Ramsey's practicing today.
Ramsey practicing.
That was my other point. Jalen Ramsey is back in practice, so he's going to be back, I think, sooner than they think. So I think Miami, and you're seeing the points. Like, you can't. Yeah. We've seen teams with great defense. We've seen in the last few playoff runs. You can have an elite defense all you want. Problem is you're playing elite offenses as well, and they're going to put up points. Like, it doesn't matter how great your defense is. Buffalo's defense was number 1 3 or 4 years ago, and Kansas City lit him up like the 4th of July, and he ended up losing the game. No offense, because of that defense, giving up the 20-yard play to Kelsey and then the long field goal to send it to overtime. Don't give me the baloney about the overtime rules. They should have won the game in regulation. They didn't because their defense couldn't stop them in 10 seconds. So Miami is just going to put up points all over the place. So defenses are great and all. I think the Dolphins definitely are second. I still think San Fran's legit as long as they're healthy. So for now, that's why I have them at 1.
I mean, also, though, like Will said, Miami has played teams that
the Panthers, the Broncos, the Giants.
The Patriots, right?
Yeah, they played the Patriots.
Yep, and they've let up more points than 2 of these teams have put up offensively.
Well, I mean, the Bills also contributed a 40 burger of that.
Yeah, that's true. And
the Panthers, I don't know, they're letting bad teams score on them too. Like the Panthers put up 21.
The
with Chris
Patriots.
Young.
The Broncos put up 20 on Miami.
Yeah.
The Broncos.
Wow. In garbage time too, but yeah.
And also gave up 70.
I know, but the Broncos team is so bad, and they got 20.
Well, it's what happens when you're playing a bunch of backups because they put up 70 on you, though, to be fair.
Yeah, but I Will, you didn't tell us yours.
I'm still gonna go San Fran. I'm gonna go Detroit, Miami, Eagles, and then Kansas City.
Yeah, I got to start tipping my cap to the Lions. I was kind of disrespectful on last week's power rankings.
I was disrespectful of them when we did their preview.
The only
I
person
said, "Oh no, they're gonna Lion."
Item 3.
I had them 5. I was kind of disrespectful, honestly. It's very. See, I'm very curious how they do without Montgomery because, like, I know Jahmyr Gibbs is a very capable back, and I know he's coming back, I believe, this week for them.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing against Gibbs, but they want to pound the ball inside. So I'm very curious how that works with Gibbs because I don't know if Gibbs is going to be the inside power back that they want because I think they want to run the ball and play action off of it, kind of like what we saw the success of Jared Goff in the LA Rams. Run the rock, play action off of it, and let him pick and choose what he wants to do with it. And Jared Goff's been very, very good. So tip my cap to the California man.
I don't know if we want to mention this. Mecole Hardman going to the Chiefs. I personally think that's huge for the Chiefs. I think that's substantial. They'll use him. They used a ton previously last year.
I think it's a win for the Jets too. Like he was supposed to be wide receiver 3, and then Xavier Gibson, he comes out of nowhere. He wasn't really supposed to make the roster. They carry 7 guys on to start the season, and he took that Mecole Hardman role. I mean, it also didn't help too that Aaron Rodgers got hurt, so it kind of just really messed up all the plans too. So
I think it's pretty nice for Kansas City to get him.
Yeah. Like I think it's a win-win for both sides.
To get one of their guys back. Mahomes already knows him. He already knows the playbook. And he's kind of that missing piece, that kind of burning guy that they've liked. So honestly, I think he could be a nice little spark for that offense because receivers are bad. Oh my god! Like Rashid Rice has been their best receiver, and he plays 38% of the snaps.
I'm surprised they haven't used like Justin Ross more.
Yeah.
But speaking of trades, the trade deadline is 13 days away on Halloween. Very spooky. October 31st at 4 p.m. Eastern. That's where the trade deadline is. And Colton's rocking the Halloween shirt. So my question for you guys is, which player do you want to see traded prior to the trade deadline?
Well, I just know from what the Eagles are doing, there's been a couple bigger names that they've been reaching out on. They were looking at Judy before they just signed Julio Jones.
Big one.
He's dog water anyway. You don't want him.
Yeah, Steve Smith toasted him before the game.
Yeah, he's done.
He's a jag. Just an average guy.
He put him in a bathroom. But Simmons from Broncos and then Jeremy Chin from Carolina are both guys.
Jeremy Chin is hurt, and he's projected to miss the next 6 weeks. So I don't know if he can get traded, considering he's hurt. I don't know how that works. But I mean, we've seen Calvin Ridley get traded. He was suspended, so I don't know if that's the.
It's all.
I guess it's like IR. If you're not on IR, you can get moved.
For me, Kirk Cousins is a guy I would like to see get traded.
He already said he's not leaving his clause. He's staying.
Oh, I know, it's a mistake, but he's a guy that should be dealt. It'd be kind of interesting to see where he would end up and what situation that, like Atlanta, like if Atlanta keeps hanging around here with some wins, go blue. So you can enjoy that when you have a good kicker. You know, rookie mistake there, JT. I don't know what to tell you about Robbie Gould. Sorry. Jake Moody is the guy. Go
good
blue.
As gold.
Oh, yeah, not this past week he wasn't.
Hey, rookie, relax, dude. He's fine.
Hey, rookie, welcome to the NFL.
Exactly. Everybody gets one. Let him miss now, not in the playoffs. But Kirk Cousins, and I hate to say because I think Atlanta blows balls. Kirk Cousins to Atlanta would be really, really interesting, man. Tell me what. Like, all right, I've talked about the Jets for 80,000 years about him going there. I don't think that's ever happening. I think they're stuck on Zach Wilson. They're sticking with that. Cool. Him and Atlanta will be interesting. Like, dude, I thought the Saints were kind of going to walk away with this division. They're not. And I think they just had slightly better quarterback play than Desmond Ridder. Atlanta be a really interesting team with Bijan and the wide receivers and the tight ends they have there. If Kirk Cousins was in Atlanta, they would probably win the division. I would eat my words on Atlanta. Playoff team. And probably division winner.
I don't disagree with that at all. Will's looking something up.
I'm looking something up here.
That's why Kirk Cousins is a bum.
I don't know if I should. You know what? Here, let me just.
What do you got? What do you got?
I'm gonna share this website here, comparing Desmond Ridder and Derek Carr. It's honestly laughable here with their stats. Let me zoom in here for you guys. So, DraftKings Sportsbook. So the left here is Carr, and then the right here is Desmond Ridder.
Same completions. Okay, so naturally the percentage is just slightly better. Yeah. Yards is about the same. Yards attempts is about the same. Touchdowns, Ridder more, also more interceptions by twice. Sacked about the same, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't know. They're pretty comparable players at the moment.
Yeah, I didn't think Derek Carr was going to be this bad. Honestly, though, a lot of people thought he was going to be.
I think Dennis Allen's just bad. Like, he's just...
That too, I follow a few Saints people on Twitter, and I think that's what I've also seen, that they just hate Dennis Allen. Like, he needs to start giving up things, like, because it's bad.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to walk away with this division. I thought they had the talent. I thought they had the better quarterback play. Cool. Like, Bijan Robinson's great and all, but we've seen when Alvin Kamara's come back how good Alvin is. Michael Thomas has been healthy, and he looks good. Olave, you know what you're getting from him. Like, I just don't get why they're not running away with this division. They have the better defense. Yes, they're very close. I think Atlanta's defense got a crap ton better. But the quarterback play I thought was going to be like a ginormous difference, and it's really not. And that's not saying anything. Like, Desmond Ridder's still garbage. I don't want to hear it. Goodbye. I should be out of here. But, like, that's why I said Kirk Cousins. If Kirk wants a rotten Minnesota, good for him. I don't get why.
I think the Vikings just want to get that compensation pick because he's going to get picked up immediately, and they're just going to get a pick in the next draft for him.
They can get a pick anyway. That's like, I don't care. Like, they could get a pick now. They don't have to wait a whole year. They can get one for this upcoming draft. Because, like, no offense, you have Justin Jefferson. You might as well go full-blown tank. Shut Jefferson down as much as I don't want to. I got him fancy. Shut down Jefferson for the season. See how close you can get to one of those top quarterbacks. See if it can be that bad where you can end up in the top 5, top 3, and get a really good quarterback to go with Justin Jefferson. I truly don't get what holding on to Kirk Cousins does for you, because you're going to let Kirk Cousins go, and you're going to end up around 500. Probably a few games below 500 the way they're at, but they're not going to be a top 5 pick. What are you doing? Trade him.
You can't. He's got a no trade clause. He has to.
How do you not sit down and see? I don't understand. And if that's on Kirk, then Kirk's a freaking loser. If Kirk isn't willing to sign off on a trade deal where it sends him to Atlanta, where guess what? He's playing in a dome. Great. The division is yours. You can win the division with Atlanta if you're the quarterback there with Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Jonnu Smith, and Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier and that defense. He can win that division. We just looked at the stats. If you upgrade with Kirk Cousins, they win the division. I'll eat my words. I think they're better than the Saints if they get Kirk Cousins. Why would Kirk Cousins not sign up for that and go be a playoff contender and playoff winner? Like, I don't think he's going to rot in Minnesota where they don't want you. Go stick it to them and go play for Atlanta and make the playoffs. And guess what? You could stay there. You could stay there. They will gladly sign your ass when the season's done.
I think he's just got.
I really, truly hate Kirk Cousins.
There might not be a Coles around there because that's where he gets all his styles for game day. Like,
gosh,
I think I just finished watching The Quarterback. Right,
yeah, family.
Yeah, I just finished watching The Quarterback, which was an incredible show, and I highly recommend it to everyone. It was really, really cool. But they follow Kirk as one of the guys, as one of the 3. And I will say, I think for Kirk, it's more about family, it's more about stable home, it's more about community, it's more about that stuff, and that's why he doesn't want to leave.
You can find a stable home in Atlanta. They are going to need a long-term quarterback, and you're gone after this anyway.
Yeah, but I think he's more prepared to be gone after the season than get up right now and leave. And
then he's a loser. It just solidifies my thoughts as Kirk Cousins is a certified loser. He's a loser. He's a loser. He's a loser. I don't care. He's a loser.
I think it's more about the family and more about.
Dude, he makes enough money. He can hire someone to stay at his house for the rest of the season. There's not a crap ton left. You got a few more months. Stay at home. Have someone stay. You don't have to move your family yet. You go live there. Trust me, the Falcons will probably take care of you, put you in a freaking apartment for yourself. Dude, I truly do not get it. They'll probably fly his damn family out of here for him. I truly don't get it. You signed up for the wrong freaking job, then, if you think being an NFL quarterback that your family stability is going to – you're moving in the summer. Guess what? Go find out if your family likes Atlanta, because that could be your future home for the rest of your career. Oh, my
I just think it's too much about his staff. He's so happy where he's at with everything going on. He doesn't want to get up.
They don't think the same to him. So, again, certified loser, Kirk Cousins. I do not care. I'm done with him. If he's not going to sign off for his family, I get being a family man and all, but sorry, that is not what you signed up for. You signed up to be an NFL quarterback. Go in. Sorry, dude. You're not like Tom Brady, 18 years in, Matt Ryan at the end of his damn career. You still got 8 years left at least in the league. Like, let's go, Kirk. Gosh, mighty.
You got a lot more to give.
Let's move on to the next topic here. We talked about Kirk Cousins for way too long here, personally. I'm throwing the flag, so.
That was a
Talk
Falcons.
about everything way too long today, huh?
That was a Falcons rant.
Okay. So Caleb Williams, a report has come out saying that
I'm about to go. I'm about to leave. I don't want to talk about this loser.
No.
So a report has come out and says that whatever team drafts him, he wants to own partial ownership, and whatever team that drafts him.
DND.
I want to ask you.
He's the most entitled player that I think I may have ever seen in sports, period. He's by far the most. He thinks way too much of his own status. He's way too concerned with everything him. I think he's the most entitled player I think I've ever seen. He has way too many demands for a guy that has yet to prove himself in a professional sport. I got nothing there. And now
man, it's what it is. NIL, it's what happens when you go to USC. You're entitled.
Yep.
What happens, man?
So
I'm going to get a sad reality when he gets to the league, unless he goes to a dumpster fire team, and kind of like what Cleveland did with Deshaun Watson. They'll do everything to get him.
Yeah.
And that's when you'll see this garbage, and it's not going to be great for the franchise. So good luck.
Yeah. I have a big fat no for this question. No, he shouldn't receive partial ownership. He shouldn't be allowed to even discuss that. It's just not. It's a joke to me. His behavior to me is a little bit of a joke.
I have not been a fan of Caleb Williams besides the talent. Like, there's obviously talent, but he is a loser. He's a mental midget, and he's just so entitled that it's just, who are you? Yeah. You haven't done a thing. You can't even beat Utah to win the Pac-12.
Yeah,
you haven't won a thing.
I don't want none of this.
He's painting his nails, saying "F Utah," like F whatever team they're playing.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they lost to Notre Dame. This guy stormed him and got the camera in his face. It was like, "Oh, you lost to Notre Dame!" Like,
where's the nails now? Yeah.
Oh, that was a great video.
Getting
that was a very funny video.
On by fans in your own face on the field. Like, I'm not about it at all. Figure your crap out first, dude, before you start making demands like this, before all this stuff comes out. Oh, I might stay in college or whatever because I don't like where I'm going to go.
You're not Peyton Manning.
It's the most entitled just behavior I've ever seen from I can't say professional athlete because he's not. So it's ridiculous to me. It's 100% ridiculous to me. And now his odds just went from like 200 plus 200 for Heisman to like plus 3,500. So it ain't looking good for him there too.
Win a single big game first.
Yeah, I'm just not in on the Caleb stuff anymore, man.
Wow, you're almost there. Patriots are almost in the money for him. Come on, get on the train again, Dom.
I don't want any part of that.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for the Patriots to end up that bad, and the Patriots get him, and then this kid's get the Caleb Williams shirt, wearing it up, yes, boys, and then we're gonna replay this for him, and I can't.
No, unless he's substantially good and he's not just a douchebag. I
think he's gonna be just like Trevor Lawrence, where again the same can't miss on these guys.
Yeah, but
I think it's gonna be a growth year when he comes in the league. He's gonna think he's gonna be able to run around and kick some ass, and he's not. He's gonna have to get a reality check. That's why you're not giving him any partial ownership. I can't even believe you brought it up well. God almighty.
I wanted to bring something up. Let me bring up this, okay? So we've already seen NFL teams rock out with their throwback uniforms and all that stuff. Some have already used them this season. So my question to you is, which one are you actually excited for?
The only one that's actually good?
The Buccaneers.
All right, Homer. Shush over there, Homer.
Most of them suck. Like, there's like 3 good ones.
Stop it. A lot of them are
The Buccaneers one is cursed. There's already been like a breakdown of it where like they lose.
Didn't win a game.
Not about.
It's still the nicest jersey. It's still the cleanest. All right.
I like
Outside
the
of Kelly
Oilers.
Green, it's still the
I like the Oilers and I like the Seahawks one. I mean, Dom and Jake know I talked really highly about the Seahawks one, where I said just buy all 53 men that make the roster.
It's cool.
Save a rotation one.
Kelly Green is obviously, iconic, and they're going to be dressed in that Sunday, like we said, and that's on its own pretty solid. I wouldn't mind the Houston one, to be honest. I look forward to maybe that. We'll see. Seahawks one, like Will said. Yeah, I don't know any else.
I love the creamsicles. I really wish I was back in college, like when I was wearing a bunch of like teams that were not mine jerseys. Like I'm like way too old now to like have all those. Like I was big in the NBA jerseys, like Vince Carter. Oh my gosh, what was the other like old throwback? Anyway, I would love to get a throwback like creamsicle, like a Rondé Barber. I know Jake, don't kill me for saying that, but a Rondé Barber, a Warren Sapp jersey like that. Like, yeah, oh come on, we're losing them. We're losing them today. But no, Seattle's beautiful. Like, I don't get why these are worn like once in the blue moon. You got to wear them once. Like, dude, they're the cleanest, they're the nicest. Wear them every week. I'm sorry, we can bite the bullet and say, all right, the old shit was better. Okay, got it. Yes, we understand. What are we doing? Like, they're the nicer jerseys. I like the Steelers block numbers compared to their jerseys now. What are we doing? Just go back. Just go back. It's okay. I promise. No one's going to judge like, all right, see, the old shit's the good stuff. No one's going to yell and complain when it's every week. Please. Like, I hate that it's like once in a blue moon that we're wearing these. Like the Dolphins throwbacks, I think, are cleaner than what they wear now. Like, the Rams, like, what are we doing?
I love the Patriots Reds.
Yes. Oh, God. That's a freaking debate. It's not even a debate, honestly. I feel like every time I check Twitter for like sports people I follow, it's like, oh, throwbacks are better. Yet these teams do not do them full time. I do not understand.
Because you make more money as them a special product.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but
the Eagle, like the Fanatics had to refund like a bunch of Eagles orders because they like sold out in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but if you made those full time, like, dude, you'd sell so many of them.
Yeah, you sell those and not the others. So now they're getting double dipping. They're getting the regular jerseys and the Kelly Green jerseys. They're double dipping on every player.
It is
right, financial man. Get out of here. You're ruining the fun. No fun league.
Right?
You're the no
That's
fun
what.
league.
That's the reason.
No fun league.
You asked for a reason.
I don't want
I got
the truth.
order in the court, or everyone's getting
just
flagged
make
here.
you free. That is
so. We see Monday night the very, very, very viral Chargers fan. It's led to debate sparking everywhere.
No, we're not talking about this.
What is everyone's thoughts on it?
I don't know, to be honest.
I think she's real. I think she is.
I've been watching the Pat McAfee show, right? And they've been covering this nonstop. They had her on. They don't even know
everything. Like, she's been on everything. NFL, like, dude, I'm over it. I'm not, dude. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not even getting involved in this conversation.
I will say, whether she's an actor or a real fan, she's killing it. So, like, good for her there. And if she's making money for it, cool. Whatever. But I don't know anything more than that, man. I could not tell you. Like I said.
You know what we call those?
What do we call those?
Actors.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But even then, good for her. She's killing it as an actor.